Now, the large chunk of those who might be stockpiling naira, local money in local currency in their different homes, will be politicians. You and I know that, and that would be for the purpose of the general election that is to come in 2023. But now that this has been done, a lot of them might be forced out of their shell to probably find a way of converting these local currencies into hard currencies, so that they will not, their people will not be in the open, to say the least. Don't you think that this would further make it difficult for the naira to recover quickly? We had a rebound some few days of last week. The naira had a rebound, I think about maybe a few dollars increase from what it was. It was about I think 781, and there was an improvement, so to speak,
at the parallel market.
Now, at the to say the very least, don't you think this will put more pressure on the naira?
Look, the truth of the matter is this: are we looking at saving our country, or are we looking at panning to the emotions of a few people? The only challenge I have with this Buhari policy is that Buhari knows that he is going to his exit. It has always been a fantastic policy to deal with corruption. It should have done it in the first year or the second year. But now, knowing that he's exiting, he knows how huge this is going to have, the impact this is going to have on dealing with corruption in the economy. And so he's doing it at the tail end. I think every Nigerian should understand something, and that is that when money is allowed to be domiciled and not to move, it has only potential. For those who are students of physics, you understand the difference between potential and kinetic energy. Potential energy never changes anything, and so any country that wants to move forward cannot allow citizens to create what has the capacity to change that country and turn it into potential. Somebody sits in his house, wakes up in the morning, opens a room. In that room he has, let's say, 1 billion or 2 billion naira. He looks at it, takes a few, goes to the market, eats, and comes back. The 1 billion that he has saved up in that store is a danger to the Nigerian society. As a matter of fact, it will be beneficial to Nigeria if his entire house burns down and that money is destroyed, rather than for him to keep his stockpiled there doing nothing. And so, bringing this policy at this time is one of the best, but for what purpose and intent? I have said that, look, the naira will always struggle against the dollar, will always struggle against the currency of any nation that produces what we consume. Now, how do we deal with our local consumption? Force people that have saved their money to put that money back into the system. Look, let me give you an example. The United States of America, a huge portion of funds spent in the US for infrastructure development, for commerce and all, are illicit funds gotten from drugs. When the US Narcotics Agency, when they raid the place and they get the money from those drug barons, what do you think they do with the money? They put it back into the economy and spend. So we must find a way, either by placating or forcing those who have done criminal acts against the nation to spend the money in Nigeria. Some of them will want to convert the money to dollar. That then is the job of the banks, CBN. You must monitor the bureau de change. There must be a way to know what is the minimum cash available to any bureau de change at any point in time. You must also ensure that they are constantly monitored. Let us encourage. What I would have suggested the president should do is, in conjunction with this policy, also have some slight social policy that gives some room for those who are stealing this money to be able to legally bring the money back into the system and only be able to access a few portion of it. So that you look at the option, 1 billion, you lose everything, or you bring the 1 billion, you can only access at any point in time, let's say like 100 million. So that money comes in back into the system, because it doesn't do anybody justice. Now the money is just allowed to fizzle away.